So I'm joined today by Willem Paling. Obviously IAG within the insurance sector is pretty well known for being one of the early adopters of AI. So I guess it'd be good just to get a bit of an overview in terms of sort of the origins of that journey and how it's sort of being, kind of deployed currently.
Thanks, Eddie. So I joined IAG back in 2016, which is a long time ago in AI terms. So 2016, scaled machine learning still relatively new. We're just seeing the breakthroughs in voice and image AI that led to things like smart speakers and facial recognition and license plates detection in car parks. And so at that point, our current CEO of IAG's retail insurance division, Julie Badge, she's established a new division called Customer Labs, which brought together data, analytics, AI, marketing, innovation, customer strategy, ventures to set up IAG for the future. And so this was a continuation of the investment in AI that Julie had been making with the previous division. But we're into this age of AI implementation where the machine learning, the voice, the image, and generative AI are now proven and established, and it's about actually building in the same way that we build digital applications, websites, mobile apps, and stuff like that. So sitting in that retail division, working very closely with teams in claims, distribution, fraud, marketing, supply chain, AI is embedded in the programs that those teams are running to transform their business. So implementation is very much led by the business and led by business problems rather than sort of operating as an AI team going around searching for problems to fix with AI.
Awesome. Yeah, I imagine obviously it's a long journey and it's one in which I imagine there's a lot of testing and experimentation. Obviously everything doesn't necessarily land on its feet as much as you'd want it to. And I guess sort of on that note, I'm interested to know a bit around sort of some of the challenges that you've faced in terms of integrating AI, not only from obviously the technical aspect, but also some of the cultural side of it as well, and trying to adopt the change management too.
Probably pretty well known that we've just been on a big enterprise transformation, moving from 20 odd policy systems onto one insurance platform. And so while you're making that scale of change, there are many areas where AI implementation needs to wait. And so that's certainly been a challenge, but it's now largely behind us. So the other areas I think are challenging we've always been a strong advocate and an early mover in terms of AI ethics. So we're a founding partner of the Gradient Institute, which is an AI ethics research institute at the University of Sydney. And so ultimately getting the ethics right takes priority over anything else. And so as we establish the patterns and build the experience, that's a learning for us. And so a lot of these controls are focused on individual customer outcomes. So it's making sure that there aren't any individual instances of harm, that it doesn't do the wrong thing by an individual customer. I think it's important for us to set the vision and to ensure we're delivering AI to also be setting a positive social standard for the future of AI. So AI should be getting us to a position where we're delivering better outcomes for customers with lower manual effort, which helps to keep prices down and do the right thing by all our customers. So getting all of that right, I think is challenging, and I think it took a bit of time to get the balance. And then finally, I would say AI is a new discipline. So it's still in its early days. About 18 months ago, say with generative AI, it felt like AI agents were pretty close, and that's how we'd see lots of use cases. I've not heard many cases of AI agents being successfully deployed. The successes have been much more specific.
There's obviously a lot of interest in this space. I know that in putting together the insurance or Digital Insurance Summit, that obviously a lot of people were asking about this. And what are maybe some practical bits of advice that you might give to leaders in the insurance sector who are in those early stages of adopting AI?
The biggest piece of advice is that at the point we're at now, much of AI is fairly mature. So it's time for implementation, not for R&D. So take AI out of the innovation bucket and put it into the core of how we transform the business. So to do that, don't start with AI and look for problems. Build the AI knowledge broadly and look for where it can help. The more people that can understand AI, the more likely you are to come up with viable implementations where the demand and buy-in comes from those closest to the business who stand to benefit from it. And so I think that's how we'll get the uptake and how we'll realise the value.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Willem. Really appreciate it. And obviously very much looking forward to seeing you at your keynote at the Digital Insurance Summit.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Eddie.
it.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Cheers.